Hello, Dr. Royer here. Excited to have you get your power and focus assessment today. Most of the time we just do the power, but I'll show you if we do need to do a focus one where you would go. This could be right when you're starting the program, maybe you're new to the program and we're just getting an assessment, or many times throughout the program we will redo these assessments so we can see what kind of progress you're making in your breathing and your heart and other biometrics. So how do we use the equipment? Well, the things that you need to first identify is you need to find the TPS, which is this guy right here. He turns on with this little button at the bottom, which there's a video within the app that shows you how to do that if you don't remember. But you push that on and you get the light going there. And then the second thing you're going to need for this power assessment is you need your breathing belt. And then you need this is what we call a Colibri. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's yellow, sometimes it's white, sometimes it's red. But you snap that on here. It doesn't really matter which place you snap it, but you're going to snap it on. And then the biggie is you got to remember to plug it into the white cord. This happens so often is that people forget to plug it in. But you got to plug it in because it can't read the device without it plugged in. So you have it nice and plugged in there. That's a micro USB. And then you're going to put it over your shirt. And I want it to be right where your belly button is, okay? Over the shirt. And then you're going to wrap it around and you're going to clip it, okay? Now you can adjust these little clamps here to make it tighter or looser depending on what you need, okay? So you're going to put it right there. Be careful not to like overly stretch it. Sometimes we get some people who are super aggressive and they like to just yank it. I mean, you can pull it to a certain point where you can actually break one of the sensors in there that are very sensitive to movement. So if it's not fitting correctly, take it off, adjust the clamps, the little buckles, and get it just right. It does need to be snug enough that it feels your stomach moving in and out. So if you find a lot of slack in there, I need you to tighten it up. Little tip, sometimes we'll get somebody who's really thin or a little child. We're okay if you tie a knot in it, or sometimes just simply putting a pillow back there will work well, okay? So you got your belt on, you put your finger sensor on, which there'll be a video that shows you as you go in how to do that. Then you type in your email, and then after email, most of the time, 90% of the time, the password is going to be Inner Armor 100%. You can see how Inner Armor is spelled if you look above on the app there. But we're going to capitalize the I, lowercase the NNER, capitalize the A, lowercase the RMOR, and then we're going to do 100% sign. 100% sign. Once we've got that, we're going to log in. Okay, so we're going to log in. And then when we log in, it may ask, do you want notifications? That's up to you. We're not going to flood you with stuff, but it is there. You have two options. So we're going to talk in another video about the neuro assessment, but for the power and or focus, you're going to hit resilience. So you click resilience. You can see that my TPS, the finger sensor, and my Colibri are charged. I like those to be above 60%. So if it's below 60, maybe charge it. Then you're going to do the power assessment. Most of the time, that's all we're going to do. But if we've instructed you to also do the focus assessment, then you'll do power and go do focus. Focus only involves the finger sensor. Power involves the finger sensor and the belt. So from here, we're ready to go. So we click power. We choose our Colibri. You'll see the Colibri come up. You'll choose that one. I've already chosen mine, so you can't see it there. Make sure your Bluetooth's on your device. Make sure it's on your device. If you have an Android, you may actually need to go into the exact app setting and turn it on to be able to connect to Bluetooth. Also, when you downloaded the app, it should have asked about pairing to Bluetooth in iOS or in your iPhone. If you don't remember seeing that, you may need to delete the app and reinstall it because there is a notification comes and you have to approve that, okay? So then I'm going to hit next. So I hit next, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a 60-second analysis of what's going on with the heart. And so during this time, it's setting the baseline for the heart. So we like to work when measuring the heart in a 60-second interval. So you don't want to just measure heartbeats and the other 6 variables we're looking at just instantaneously. We want to give the heart a little bit of a rhythm to set this baseline. You don't need to do anything during this part. Just breathe. You have your finger sensor on. You have your belt on. Just breathe normal that you normally do. If you've been doing training and now we're doing a reassessment, this is the point that we really want you to activate your diaphragmatic breathing, okay? If you don't know about that yet because you're just starting the program, that's fine. But this is for people who are getting reassessed, diaphragmatic breathing. If this is your first assessment, just breathe normal, okay? So during this time, we're going to start reading what your heart is doing and what your breathing is doing. Sometimes if it seems like it's a lot of cluttered information here, if you turn into landscape, you can see this information in more detail. We'll be walking through what this means, but we're measuring multiple variables about the heart, about body temperature, skin conductance, breathing rates, and those kind of things. Typically, this is going to run 4 to 5 minutes. It'll stop when it's done. For right now, I'm just going to stop it just for the sake of the video. And then we're going to go back to home. And you'll see at this point that there's no more activity. So that's already been completed and you're good to go. So at this point, you're done with your assessment. We have the data that's been uploaded to us instantaneously. Last thing, remember to turn your devices off. Turn off your TPS and turn off your belt so that we can save the battery.